If you're a heat and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what do you do if your client negotiates in bad faith, and why does it matter? This is a super important question. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell, coming to you live from Haleiwa, Oahu, on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you for HVAC technician sales secrets. Okay, so here's what you need to know. There's going to be a point that you meet with a buyer, Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith, and you do everything you're supposed to. You get to the price, you roll 10 grand on your widget, on your product, on whatever you have to offer. The buyer wants to negotiate. You lock it down by saying, if I could get you a better price, then what? And they say, well, then I would buy. You've done everything you're supposed to do. You've asked all the right questions. You've put in all the work. And sometimes buyers are working off of a game plan, and they may not actually be telling you the truth. And the reason why this is super important is this person, this buyer, doing this to salespeople really screws up. Now, there's six elements to rejection: time, energy, effort, money, risk, and reputation. Time, energy, effort, risk, money, reputation. Okay. And the more of those things that you put on the line, the higher the chance of you getting rejected. And so you've gone through 99% of your sales process, and in your mind, you've gotten all the commitments possible. You've gotten everything that you were supposed to do. And so it's a case of like, I was almost there. I was almost there. And it really sucks like to be in the sales process and have somebody pull the plug at the last minute. It really sucks to get a cancellation afterwards. So you got to know that there's a couple reasons why this happens. Okay. There's a couple of reasons for the buyer that causes this, but before we get into that, you should join my email list. So right above my head, there's a URL. Type that into a browser, open it up, drop in your name, your email address, and your phone number. I'll let you join my email publication. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. So first and foremost, you have to understand what oscillation is in the mind of the buyer. Oscillation is, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I do it? Should I not do it? And like you did that when you were looking at my video. Do I watch the video? Do I not watch the video? Do I watch? We all do this. So part of it is oscillation. Part of it is just whatever caused them to decide, hey, I don't want to do this right now. Okay, that's one. Number two, they're going to come back and tell you that just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. And typically when that happens is when you went from a number all the way up here and you landed way down here, right? They're going to go, something just doesn't seem right. How did we go from 20,000 and now we're at 10? How did you cut your price in half? There's no way that that price is real. Okay. Number three, you could have applied a ton of pressure. Okay, cool. Good for you, right? Not knocking it. That's sales. Sometimes in sales, you got to apply the pressure. Number four, they already had a decision made and they just wanted to see if you could get to that price. They just wanted to see if you were going to get close. They just wanted to see if their buddy was giving them a good deal. They just wanted to see if that information was accurate, that, you know, they were told the truth by whoever their friend, their buddy, their pal was, or their previous company or their previous provider. And so what you need to know is there are some things that you can do. One, you could go back to the conversation. There's nothing wrong with you holding them accountable and saying, hey, wait a minute, we had an agreement. Very politely, like, you know, time out. We had an agreement. What happened? And throw it back on them. And it's going to be one of those four things. Either the price was way up here, came all the way down. It was that, you know, in their mind, they were never going to make that decision. It was too much pressure from you. And you just got to be aware that sometimes people don't really believe that you're a human being as a salesperson. It doesn't matter the commitments they make to you. You can be lied to, you could be cheated from, you could be stolen from, because at the end of the day, you're one of those evil sales dudes or sales chicks. So I got a game plan for you. Okay. Super cool game plan. You need to know how to do this. You meet with the person who does not hold their commitment and you get mad. You get angry for a set amount of time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And then you decide, look, I've been mad. I got robbed. They made a commitment they weren't planning on making. I'm going to move on with my life. I'm just, hey, at the end of the day, I got to move on. But you have to go through these emotions of like, gosh, dang it. You know, I always, when I was very mad, would listen to things like Pantera. Like I'd crank up the Pantera and I would sing along or scream along with Phil. And I'd get it out of my system and go, okay, it's all done. Right? I think treat it like, okay, it's all done. What did I do right? What could I do better next time? Time to move on. Letting it go. Because if you let this consume you, this will push you into a sales slump. Number two, sometimes you go scream to the wind. Right now I'm parked at the Haleiwa Elite Beach Park, right? So the beach is like 30 yards from me. I might come out here and just be like, I'm angry. Side note, super importante, if you talk like if you talk like a pirate or a 30s gangster, there's no way for you to stay mad. You think about it like, I'm mad, say, 30 gangster, can't be mad doing that, or I'm mad, arr, right? It'll go away. But you got to get it out of your system. And then 3, move on. Go to your next call. One sale does not make a week. 1 week does not make a month. 1 month does not make a quarter. 1 quarter does not make a year. You're playing the long game. You're playing for the long term. And sometimes you're going to get some bumps, scrapes, and bruises. And you just got to learn how to deal with it. But be aware that the person who doesn't hold commitments really screws salespeople up because they don't know what to do with it afterwards. I get the phone call, Scott, I did everything right. Yeah, you did everything right. You did everything you were supposed to. But what you don't take into account is there are people who lie, cheat, and steal. And there's no way that in your mind you're going to be able to negotiate through that if that's not what you do. There you go. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. It's 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button. Click on it. And every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.